Donald Trump is exactly what this country needs. Mexicans actually need Donald Trump, passing the buck to the American taxpayer. It's ass backwards. Hold these people responsible. A lot of us that voted for Donald Trump in this past election did so because we think that Donald Trump is exactly what this country needs. Now, let me give you a reason that you might not have heard at all on why someone might have voted for Donald Trump, including myself. The reason I voted for Donald Trump, or one of those reasons, is because I think that Mexicans actually need Donald Trump. And let me tell you what I mean by that. For a long time, the Mexican government has gotten away with passing the buck to the American people, to the American taxpayer. Their failed policies and their inefficiencies have forced people to move up to the United States to try to search for a way of living, for a way of making a life for them and their families. And by doing so, they passed on their failed policies and their inefficiencies to the American taxpayer without having to be responsible for the social contract that they have with the Mexican people. What that in turn has done to the Mexican people has numbed them or dumbed them down to the point where they don't hold the Mexican government responsible for the social contract. And in a very reactionary way, in an almost bratish way, they instead, or we instead as the Mexican people, hold the American government and the American taxpayer responsible for the failed policies of the Mexican government. It's ass backwards. We have to hold the actual politicians that have affected the Mexican people and have forced them to move away from their families, from their country, from their towns, from their friends, right? How do I know that? Well, the story of my father, my illegal immigrant father, right, is the same as many other families. I don't have to explain it to you. It comes with a lot of suffering, and to some, it comes with some success. But my point is that Mexicans and my father could have had these opportunities back in their homeland if we start holding the Mexican government responsible for that social contract. As for me, I mean, I couldn't be prouder of my cultural background of being a Mexican, and I couldn't be prouder of my background as an American-born patriot and supporting the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. My point in making this video is to hopefully try to redirect some of the attention into what I see as the actual problem and taking away some of that fixation on some of the symptoms that we see, right? And say, no, we need to hold the Mexican government responsible, or whatever I see as the actual crux of the problem. Because I hope that one day there'll be a father out there, or a family out there, not being forced away for economic reasons from their homeland and are able to stay in their homeland and create a better life for themselves and their communities.